By the end of this 14-minute video, you'll have the exact mathematical blueprint to calculate how much Bitcoin you need to replace a $100,000 salary by 2035. Maybe you're around 50 years old with only about $100,000 saved up, watching inflation eat your 401k, wondering if you can ever actually quit your corporate job without selling out early. So I've helped over 1,000 private clients map their specific path to Bitcoin-backed retirement, and today we're breaking down the real math that bridges the gap between just another savings account and walking away from the rat race by 2035. After watching this video, you'll be able to calculate exactly how much you need to stack monthly, understand the buy, borrow, die framework that lets you live off your Bitcoin without selling it, and see the crash-proofing strategies that protect your nest egg, even if Bitcoin drops 50% before your retirement. So stick with me. This is the finish line you've been waiting for. By the way, special thanks to BitBox Hardware Wallets for sponsoring this video. Make sure you stay to the end because I want to address the biggest mistake that I see a lot of Bitcoiners making in this cycle. So the GenX deadline, why 2036 changes everything. So most retirement advice assumes that you start at 25 years old. If you're 45 to 55, you don't have time for the slow compounding anymore. You need to be aggressive and more targeted in your action plan. So let's talk about your deadline. If you're 50 today, retiring at 65 seems impossible with traditional savings. But here's what most people miss. Bitcoin's scarcity model isn't just designed for the next 30 years or 100 years. It's designed for the next 10 to 15 years of mass adoption. That means 2035 just isn't an arbitrary date. It's the sweet spot where supply shock meets your retirement timeline. So here's the uncomfortable truth about how traditional retirement is broken. So the 4% withdrawal rule assumes a steady, predictable market returns. But with debt to GDP ratios at record highs and central banks printing money faster than you can spend, the dollar-based retirement model is already failing before you even get to work. And if you wait until you're 55 to start stacking, you've already lost the game, or it's going to be way harder for you to catch up. So, based on current projections and a conservative compound annual growth rate of 30%, here are some assumptions. Accumulating a modest amount of Bitcoin by 2035 positions you to generate $80,000 to $100,000 in annual purchasing power through strategic borrowing and yield generation, not having to sell your principal. This is a big differentiator with this asset class. It isn't speculation, it's asset allocation math that accounts for Bitcoin's structural scarcity and your compressed timeline. But here's where most Gen Xers drop the ball. They think that they need to dump everything into Bitcoin tomorrow. That is totally wrong. You don't want to do it that way. The real danger is getting the mix wrong. If you go all in too fast, you risk a drawdown that forces you to sell low. And I don't want to see you do that. That brings us to the critical question. How much do you actually need to stack each month to be retirement ready by 2035, even if you're starting with nothing? So in the next block, I'm breaking down the exact salary replacement formula that turns your current income level into retirement runway. So by the way, if you're getting value out of this, I'd appreciate if you crush the like button and subscribe to the channel. So the salary replacement formula, this is how you get from a $100,000 job to Bitcoin income as an income producing machine. So let's run the math with a hypothetical scenario. So let's say you currently earn about $100,000 annually, and you can plug your own numbers into this, and you have $100,000 saved already in traditional assets, and you want to replace that full income by 2036. So by all accounts, you would be behind with just $100,000 saved, but I want to show you how you might not be as behind as you feel like you are. So here's the specific example. Let's say Robert Sample is 50 years old. He's got a wife and 3 kids. He's got $100,000 a year income that breaks down to about $88.33 a month pre-tax. His FIRE number, if you go by the 4% rule, is to take that $83.33 times 300. And so his 4% safe withdrawal rate, his FIRE number would be $2.5 million. His liquid net worth is $100,000. We're not including, his house or any of that. So he still needs $2.4 million. So let's do the math. Okay, so essentially what I'm doing in this, sort of flow chart here is assuming that, he has about $100,000, he's got, about $100,000 saved. So in Bitcoin terms, that would be about 1.6 Bitcoin at current prices. Okay, so this model is showing what would happen if he added 0.3 Bitcoin per year until the year 2035. Okay, so he would actually reach his FIRE number somewhere between 2034 and 2035. So if he waited to retire until 2035, he would actually have about $2.8 million worth of Bitcoin at a 30% compound annual growth rate. So that's DCAing 0.3 Bitcoin per year, which at today's price is about $18,000 a year or $1,500 a month. Now, it's going to fluctuate. This is the reason that I do a lot of one-to-one coaching with my clients, because each person's situation is slightly different. So we have to do a lot of customization in the modeling. And now, although you could start safely withdrawing 4% and not run out of money, the 4% rule basically accounts for at least 30 years of safe withdrawal rate. There's actually a much better way. So let's look at how to leverage this stack for the $100,000 per year income without ever selling a single Satoshi. So this is what we call the buy, borrow, die strategy. This is using Bitcoin-backed loans. And so what I wanted to show you really quickly is that using the Bitcoin price at a 30% compound annual growth rate by 2035, Bitcoin's price is going to be about $655,000. Conservatively. So if you borrow, against 0.4%, so his whole overall stack at that point would be over 4 Bitcoin. So if he borrowed at 0.4 against 4.4 Bitcoin at a 40% loan to value, he could easily fund his $100,000 a year income level. Now, there are several different ways that you can repay a Bitcoin-backed loan once you move into the FIRE phase. It's too much to cover in this video. I've covered it in other videos. Let me know if you guys want me to cover that again in the comments below. The other thing about this is that once you've gotten to this place, that's a little bit higher loan to value than I would normally recommend, but your liquidation would be Bitcoin would have to drop from 655,000 to 327,000 in order for this to be liquidated. So there's all kinds of strategies that we employ inside of this buy, borrow, die strategy, and we'll talk more about that later as well. But there's a catch, and please hear this clearly. This only works if you don't panic when Bitcoin drops by 50%, which we've experienced over the last 8 months or so, right? And if you're like most GenX investors, you've probably burned out on market swings before. A 50% drop isn't a failure, it's an opportunity to buy more if you're positioned correctly. But if you sell during the dip, the entire blueprint collapses. That's why we have to have certain safety measures, which is what we're going to talk about. So the real question becomes, how do you build a crash-proof buffer that lets you ride out these inevitable 50% corrections without touching your principal? So in the next block, I'm going to show you the safety first pillar, the specific hedging strategies that keep your retirement intact, even in the worst case scenarios. And by the way, I cover these topics much more in depth in my 1-paragraph micro newsletter. Just type micro in the comments if you'd like access to that. The safety first pillar is crash proofing your Bitcoin FIRE target. So let's address the elephant in the room. What happens if Bitcoin crashes 50% 3 years before your 2035 retirement date? So in 2032, Bitcoin takes a huge dump. And so, we want to make sure that you're not freaked out about that and feel like you have to sell. It's not hypothetical. It's almost guaranteed to happen at some point. Bitcoin is incredibly volatile. That is an opportunity, but it is also a risk if you're not positioned properly. The average correction in Bitcoin's history is around 50% to 70%. So and I've been in this space since 2013. I've been through multiple 80% corrections. It's not fun, but you sort of learn the process of how to be prepared for that. If you haven't planned for this, you'll be forced to sell your life's work or part of it at the bottom. Most people react emotionally. They see their portfolio halved and they panic sell, locking in a permanent loss. Or worse, they take on too much leverage if they're doing Bitcoin-backed loans and they think they can make back the loss only to get liquidated completely. The problem isn't Bitcoin's volatility. It's a lack of structured response protocol. So let me say that again for the folks in the back. The problem isn't Bitcoin's volatility. It's the lack of a structured response protocol. This is so important. If you get this, you will win. I promise you. Without a safety net, your retirement plan is one bad year away from a disaster. So here's the crash proofing framework. Okay, so first, diversify your entry. Don't dump everything in at once. Use a staggered dollar cost average schedule that buys the dips automatically. So what my wife and I do is we basically have actually a daily dollar cost average, and using something like the Fold card, link in the video description below. You can set up like a $10 a day $50 a day, whatever. You can set up a dollar cost average inside of that. Second, maintain at least a 6 to 12 month cash emergency fund separate from your Bitcoin holdings. This is part of the 4 levels of liquidity that I talk about all the time. I've got several videos about it as well, so that's worth revisiting. Third, consider hybrid strategies. Hold some Bitcoin in cold storage. I always recommend self-custody for long-term appreciation while keeping a portion in regulated, insured products that offer stable yields. This way, you have both growth potential and downside protection built into the same portfolio. Speaking of cold storage, I wanted to acknowledge Bitbox, who's a sponsor of this video. Bitbox is a hardware wallet, and the thing I love about Bitbox is that it is a Swiss security vault for your Bitcoin private keys. They make self-custody very easy. This is a USB-C wallet. It literally works with all operating systems, Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and Android. I've been in Bitcoin, like I said, about over 13 years now. This is one of my favorite wallets for ease of use and security, and it is completely open source, so you can actually monitor the code as well. Just head over to bitbox.swish/Brad and use the code BRAD for 5% off. But there's one more piece of the puzzle that most people overlook. Even with perfect crash proofing, you still face a fundamental choice. Do you sell your Bitcoin when you retire, or do you keep holding while living off of loans, which I've kind of touched on that already. If you sell, you lose your hedge against inflation forever. If you borrow, you risk interest rates eating into your gains. Which path actually makes sense for you in your specific situation? That's exactly what I cover in my buy, borrow, die strategy video. Click the link in the card above or in the description below, and I will see you there. And also, if you have questions about this, I offer 30-minute calls. Link is in the video description below for that. If you have questions, if you're confused, if you need a second set of eyes on your situation, I'd love to talk to you. See you in the next video.